I seek refuge in Allah Tabarak Ta'ala from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful. If Allah wills, what Allah wills. Peace upon all the holy prophets. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today the topic is, can Baha'is answer? Baha'ism is a religion which came before Ahmadiyat, Qadianiyat, and Baha'u'llah claimed to be the messenger of God. And he also established his claim with the help of the Holy Quran. According to the verses of the Holy Quran, he said he is the messenger of God. And he also used the terms like manifestation of God. So, because he claimed to be from God in the light of Holy Quran as well, therefore, and naturally he also had the faith that Quran is from Allah. It is the book of God. So he should pass the test of his truth in the light of the Holy Quran. So far as the Holy Quran is concerned, Baha'u'llah said that it is abrogated, and now the book enforces Kitab-e-Aqdas written by which belongs to the Baha'is, and the article which I am going to speak unto you today, and maybe a few days more, because there are 6 points and I want to dwell on each point in a little bit of detail. So this article containing of 6 points, challenging points, it was 1 million for each point, so 6 million, so 6 points, and for the last 18 and 19 years it is still unanswered. So since he says that Quran is from Allah, so he should abide by certain truths of the Holy Quran. For example, the Holy Quran says that Allah is one, and the Baha'i religion just cannot challenge this point that Allah is one, and it will not challenge also, it believes in one Allah. Now the first challenging point is that on page 162, gleanings from the writings of Baha'u'llah, 1983 edition, the one true God has everlastingly existed and will everlastingly continue to exist. His creation likewise has no beginning and will have no end. So he says that God has ever existed, and so has his creation. On page 208, 209 of the book Baha'u'llah and the New Era, it is written on page 208, Baha'u'llah teaches that the universe is without beginning in time. And he also says that the Creator always had his creations. So if the universe always existed, then it means that Allah has ever existed and the universe has also ever existed, and this means that the point of Quran in Surah Hadith, chapter number 57, verse number 3, Allah says that He is the first. If the universe has no beginning, as the above two Bahai books say, then It means the universe is unbegun and Allah is also unbegun. How can then Allah be the first? This is denial of one of the most valuable praise and glory of Allah. Surah Zumar, verse number 62. This surah is chapter number 39, verse number 62. This says Allah is the creator of all things. If Allah is the creator of everything, then necessarily all creations have a beginning. All things have a beginning. Every single creation is begun, only Allah is unbegun. If the creations have no beginning, then how can we say that Allah created everything? Since Allah has created everything, then necessarily everything has a beginning. In extract number 4 of page 209 quoted above, if you could imagine a time when no being existed, then this will be the denial of the divinity of God. However, it is our faith that God existed when there was nothing else besides Him, and He has created initially out of nothing, because Allah says in Zumar, chapter 39, verse 62, Allah is the creator of all things. It necessarily means that the creation initially took place out of nothing, because if any original material existed from which other things were created, then this would mean that Allah did not create that original material. But this faith would be against the Holy Quran, which says that Allah is creator of all things. Allah knows which thing was His first creation, and that first creation has a beginning. So all creations, since the first creation has a beginning, so all the creations which came later on have a beginning. Existence existed. Allah alone existed before all creations. He is the first. So according to this first point, Baha'ism is proved wrong. And since this is one of the most important points, so I have made this the first point in this series of lectures on Baha'ism. Allah is the first, and this is the basic faith of Muslims. And I think Christians also have this faith, and Jews also have this faith, that God is the first and He's created everything. And even no basic material existed which is not His creation. Because in that would mean that Allah has not created everything. Some original material existed. And this will be the denial of one of the great attributes of Allah. So with this I end today's lecture. May God always be with you.